Imagine being born into royalty, but instead of luxury and freedom, your life becomes an endless cycle of pregnancies, pain, and loss. For centuries, queens weren't just rulers' wives, they were treated as baby-making machines, their worth measured almost entirely by how many heirs they could produce. Some endured over a dozen pregnancies, a few gave birth to more than 20 children. Their wombs were battlefields, their children both pawns and prizes in a brutal game of power. Today, we re-uncovering the lives of 8 queens in history who endured unimaginable numbers of childbirths and left behind legacies that shaped empires. 1. Mumtaz Mahal, the Empress of Endless Love, 14 children. Born in 1593, Arjamand Banu Begum, known to history as Mumtaz Mahal, married the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan at 19. While he had political marriages to other wives, his heart belonged only to her. She wasn't just his beloved, she was his confidant, advisor, and travel companion even on military campaigns. Together, they had 14 children, though only 7 survived. Her final pregnancy ended in tragedy. After 30 hours of labor with her 14th child, she died of complications. Shah Jahan was devastated. His grief became one of the world's most beautiful monuments, the Taj Mahal, her eternal tomb. 2. Queen Charlotte, Britain's tireless mother, 15 children. In 1744, a young German princess named Charlotte married King George III of Britain at just 17. Unlike many royals, they actually enjoyed a quiet family life. But behind that image was relentless pressure. Over 21 years, she gave birth to 15 children, including to future kings, George IV and William IV, and the father of Queen Victoria. Charlotte confessed in a letter during her 14th pregnancy, "I don't think a prisoner could wish more ardently for liberty than I wish to be rid of this burden." Despite her exhaustion, she adored her children, even as she buried 2 of her little sons to smallpox. In her later years, she became fiercely protective of her daughters, keeping them close to avoid the same painful cycle she endured. Eleanor of Castile, a warrior queen with 16 births, married at 13 to the future King Edward I of England. Eleanor of Castile grew up fast. She followed her husband on dangerous campaigns across Europe while enduring 16 pregnancies. Most of her children died in infancy, a common fate for medieval mothers. Her only surviving son, Edward II, inherited the throne. When Eleanor died at 48, her husband's grief was legendary. He ordered 12 monumental stone crosses to mark the path of her funeral procession, the famous Eleanor crosses that still stand in parts of England today. 4. Queen Karen of Armenia, 16 children, 3 sets of twins. Karen, daughter of a Turkish prince, married King Leo II of Armenia in the 13th century. Records describe her as a wise and loyal partner, but history remembers her for something staggering: 16 children, including 3 sets of twins. Her motherhood was marked by tragedy. Several of her sons, who became kings, were murdered, victims of constant political turmoil. After her final set of twins, she retired to a monastery, living the rest of her life as a nun. 5. Maria Theresa, the empress who ruled while pregnant 16 children. In 1717, Maria Theresa became one of the most powerful women in Europe, ruling as Holy Roman Empress. But she wasn't spared the burdens of dynasty. She bore 16 children in 19 years. Even while expanding her empire, enforcing reforms, and navigating wars, she was almost always pregnant. She famously declared that, if she hadn't been constantly expecting, she would have led armies into battle herself. Among her children were the infamous Marie Antoinette of France and rulers who shaped European politics. 6. Maria Carolina of Naples, a reluctant bride with 17 births. Maria Carolina, daughter of Maria Theresa, dreaded her arranged marriage to King Ferdinand of Naples. Yet at just 15, she became his queen. Despite her unhappiness, duty demanded she bear children, and she did. 17 in total, the less than half survived to adulthood. Strong-willed like her mother, she used her children as political pawns to secure alliances. But the stress of war, invasion, and betrayal took its toll. She died at 62, before ever seeing her kingdom restored after Napoleon's defeat. 7. Queen Anne of Britain, minus 18 pregnancies, no surviving heir. If any royal life embodies heartbreak, it is Queen Anne's. Between the ages of 18 and 34, she endured 18 pregnancies, miscarriages, stillbirths, and infant deaths. Only one child, Prince William, lived past infancy, but even he died at just 11 years old. Modern doctors believe Anne's tragic losses were due to a genetic condition. A simple treatment available today might have saved her children. Instead, Anne's dynasty ended with her, leaving the throne open to the Hanoverians. 8. Queen Darejan of Georgia. The record holder 23 children, born in 1738, Darejan married King Heraclius II of Georgia when she was only 12 years old. Over 3 decades, she gave birth to an astonishing 23 children, the highest recorded among European queens. Her determination to secure power for her sons sparked fierce dynastic battles. After her husband's death, her stepson tore up the will that favored her children, leading to civil strife and foreign intervention. Ultimately, Russia annexed Georgia, and the once mighty queen died in exile, far from the throne she had fought to protect. These 8 queens remind us that behind crowns and palaces were women enduring unimaginable struggles. Their bodies carried the future of empires, but at unimaginable cost. They weren't just mothers, they were survivors, warriors, and silent architects of history. So the next time you hear about kings and conquests, remember the queens who built dynasties not with swords, but with their own lives.